The Society Gaming Group would like to take a moment to remember those who lost their lives in Jacksonville. As part of the gaming community, we mourn together in the face of this senseless tragedy.
All you have to do is close your eyes and listen.
Welcome to episode 16 of TSGG Chat. I'm your host, Kevin Bork. We've got a great show this week. We're going to be talking about some news, our feature on Pokemon Let's Go, and some Gamescom highlights. Also, we've got some breaking news today. But first, head over to tsgg.online and sign up for our weekly newsletter. It's completely free and it comes with a welcome gift for becoming a member. Also, follow us on Twitter at TheSosGG and watch our YouTube videos. When you do, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We would like you to consider going over to patreon.com/TSGG to see the many subscription levels that we offer. For only $1 a month, you will get early access to almost all of the podcasts and videos we offer for free on services like Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, YouTube, and others. Why wait longer when it's only $1? Now let's meet our panel so we can start the show. This week, we've got Brett, Jake, Brennon, and a special guest, Kailey. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
I don't like that you went Brett, Jake, Brennon. It's always Brett and Brennon.
Oh, it's the brothers?
Yes, always.
It's like putting a wedge between them.
I like it separate.
Don't do it again.
I'm just saying.
I've heard you like it together. You like it separate.
That's an interesting.
Hi, folks.
Maybe we'll get to the bottom of this by the end of the show.
Kailey's here too.
Kailey.
Welcome, Kailey.
Watching is participating.
Currently perched.
How I live my life as well.
So where would you guys like to start? You want to start with the news? You want to start with
Pokemon,
Gamescom?
of course.
You want to start with Pokemon?
Well,
Let's
get
go.
through the
Get right into the
last show.
feature.
Let's get through all the meaningless news first.
Wow.
This is going to be so
So I know
good.
where he wants to go.
I know where I want to go
so
to.
good.
I'm ready for
We'll
it.
save it.
I'm going to carry my little Mew around, and you're all going to be jealous.
All right, hit us with this. Last week we missed a little piece. Go ahead and hit us
A
with
little
that, Kevin.
piece. Oh,
Half the podcast.
you're hurting me.
Just saying.
Yeah. So our feature on Pokemon Let's Go, we didn't make it into the episode last week, so we are going to have a feature of it this week. So we will start with that. Pokemon Let's Go, Eevee, and Pikachu. Let's Go Pikachu. Forget about the rumors that you may have heard about this game. This is a brand new game set in the Kanto region. A lot of people said this is basically a Pokemon Yellow remake. However, no actual story details have been released, other than it is a new version, new story. The version of the game determines the starter Pokemon you get, so if you purchase Eevee, you get Eevee, and if you purchase Pikachu, you get Pikachu. And that Pokemon will actually stay by your side for the entirety of the game, and you actually can't evolve that one.
What?
No, you can't. You can...
I'm going
Catch.
Pikachu all day then.
Well, you can catch them, like if you go with Eevee, you can catch
Right, you can
Eevee
catch
in the
wild
wild and
ones,
evolve
right,
those ones,
naturally.
but not the ones you start with.
That's why I'm going to go
in
Pikachu.
the world would you not go Pikachu then?
Yeah, that, I
Because
mean,
Eevee's only good thing is its evolutions.
yeah,
That's the whole
all
point.
5 billion
Doesn't
of
even
them.
make sense.
Uh,
How do you feel about that, Kailey?
I mean, Eevee's pretty adorable.
yeah, I went ahead and pre-ordered Eevee because it's adorable.
I mean, granted,
If that isn't the worst reason to pre-order a Pokemon.
Eevee's one of my favorites
Did you get
too,
the Mew?
but
Did you get the ball?
I'd go Pikachu.
Oh, boy.
Absolutely.
That's what I like to hear.
Agreed.
So, continuing on with the details,
I'd go Pikachu so that I'm Ash Ketchum, and I'm reliving my childhood dream of being Ash Ketchum with my unevolvable Pikachu.
that's fantastic.
And I'm catching them.
So there's co-op in this
And I'm
game.
catching them all.
And that's why you
It's,
can't evolve Pikachu.
You can't evolve.
Perfect.
There's drop in, drop out, co-op, two players
Throw Pokeballs better.
with one set of Joy-Con. You just share the Joy-Con and then you just shake it and they come into the game with you, and they help you capture the Pokemon. Also, the Pokeball Plus controller comes pre-installed with Mew, and is the only way to get Mew in the entire game.
That's awesome.
That's awful.
Mew
Game-breaking
cannot be
legendary? There you go.
transferred.
Game-breaking, there's
There
no-
are transfers from Pokemon Go. Mew is not transferable.
Mew was
Because
an
Mew's
event
legendary.
anyway.
Yeah, the only way to get Mew is by getting the Pokeball Plus.
Well, I think the other legendaries are transferable from Go.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, you have heard us talking about the controls a little bit. They are motion controls for throwing Pokeballs.
Just like Pokemon Go, if you've played it, it's spot
Yeah.
on. It's exactly the same.
When you're in docked mode, you hold the Joy-Con and you can do curveballs and stuff with your motions. And when you're in handheld mode, you actually use the controller, so you don't have to be
Just
worrying
make
about
sure you don't
throwing
throw
the
your Joy-Con.
switch around. It will feature Team Rocket, and there will be trainer battles, and there will be gym battles.
But not wild Pokemon battles.
These trainer
But
battles...
you do get experience for
You do.
the wild catching.
Yep. These trainer battles and gym battles are traditional turn-based battles. You gain XP, but the leveling system has not yet been revealed, so we don't know what's going on there. Capturing Pokemon is the same mechanic as Pokemon Go, instead of battling them. Also, you can now see the Pokemon in the wild instead of tall grass random encounters. You
I wonder how that works with rares.
Not really sure yet.
You sprint at them in a mad dash
Yeah.
with
Oh
as
my God,
many
look,
Pokeballs.
I'm going to catch
as
you.
you can.
Oh, you got away.
So you can transfer
That would make me
Pokemon from
sad.
your Pokemon Go collection into the game.
That's cool.
And
I wonder if
they're-
you have to catch them.
Got 16 Labrases and
There's-
four
they go.
Kabutops
They
and
don't go into your collection. They actually go
Right,
into this
in the
their
world?
own like
3
arena type thing.
Snorlaxes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. That makes the game fair.
So there will be online multiplayer and local wireless as well. Battles and trading were mentioned, but details haven't been given yet. If you're a Pokemon Go player, start farming for doubles of all your Kanto
I
Pokemon.
was going to say it's Kanto, so they have to.
Yep. Even the special event shiny ones can be transferred, but the special event ones that wear like hats and stuff, they cannot be transferred. As far as training Pokemon in this game, we really don't know how this works. At E3, they did say you feed candies to strengthen them, and they also mentioned sending them to Professor Oak as well, but the details are thin on that. And then finally, Pokemon Let's Go releases November 16th this year on Nintendo Switch. It is $59.99 for the game, and there is also a bundle that includes the game and the Pokeball Plus for $99.99. So,
I wonder if the Pokeball Plus can be used as a Joy-Con in other games.
I don't know about that. It is,
Probably not.
Because it acts exactly like a Joy-Con. It's just
Yeah, but it's a Pokeball.
yeah.
I don't know how that would work.
I think
it has
it.
a little thing, just like
I don't know if other games
Joy-Con.
would be able to recognize it. though,
Right.
I think
right. That's what I'm questioning.
as like
yeah.
a peripheral.
I mean, does the Switch have the ability to recognize other?
It is a
like,
Bluetooth device.
So probably yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
I'm with Red on that one.
Yeah. Could be.
It's definitely something to look into because that makes $99 for that and a Joy-Con much more viable. A cool Joy-Con too.
So, from the videos and screenshots that we've seen, the world is very colorful, very pretty. It's nice to be able to play the Kanto stuff in high res.
Relive
So,
your childhood again.
yeah, it's going to
I
be
just-
a great
But
entry.
with a new
I
story.
mean,
with a new story.
kind of
Yeah.
missed out on it.
So this is great for
I'm a
newcomers.
little old.
Anybody that plays or has played Pokemon Go and enjoyed that mechanic is going to like this even more. And then what other thoughts? You're stewing over there. What is it?
As long as they're not going to make
I-
you walk 32 miles to hatch an egg.
Actually, there
for sure.
aren't any eggs in this or breeding. There's no
See,
breeding.
Oh,
I don't know how I really
That doesn't
feel
make
about it
sense,
yet.
'cause
Before-
Pokemon Go has eggs.
God, they
Yeah.
shut me off. I was stewing for so long.
Okay,
Go
unstew.
ahead, go ahead, guys. I'll end it
We'll keep building.
with
it.
my massive negativity. Go ahead.
I
I don't want to hear it.
as
don't
a
hear
person
it
who
either.
owns the Switch,
You're
I don't
gonna
think I'm
hear
going to be
it.
buying it.
Well, I already pre-ordered this one too. So
So
I don't know what they're saying. It's going to be great.
well, you see, I never had a phone that could play Pokemon Go, so I feel like I'm
matter?
Jake,
no, you don't have.
I'm-
It doesn't. It
I'm
doesn't.
behind.
No.
Because like he said, they just go into that arena. It's not.
This isn't connected to Pokemon Go in any way other than you're able to transfer Pokemon over to the game. You can't transfer from the game to Go.
And
You
also,
can only transfer from Go to Let's Go.
and if it's only Kanto, then I'm also kind of not interested as well because Kanto wasn't really where I started either.
Yeah, but this is a new experience for you. This
You're
is
older than I am.
I started on Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I started before you in
So-
Pokemon.
I
Okay,
started on Red and Yellow.
Tell me more
Same.
about
I was poor.
the sharing the Joy-Con with like the local co-op.
So
I think that's neat.
it is pretty cool. They showed the demo of that as well. So if I were playing the game and you came over and just grabbed the other Joy-Con and shake it, you now enter into the game with me, and we're traveling along together. And then when we go into capture a Pokemon, we capture it. We both are doing the mechanics trying to capture it. So
Battles are the same way.
Yeah.
If you have a person with you, they join into the fight with their
Yep.
Pokemon.
I think that's
They
really
do.
cool because one, not everybody has a Switch, and if you want to have just extremely casual couch co-op, so to speak,
yeah, it's extremely casual, and it's just
I mean,
it's
it's Pokemon. You're not going to sweat it.
it's just a fun arcade
it's an-
style.
especially on
Like,
this
I gotta
version
catch
of
it.
Pokemon.
Well, my only negative for this
Why would
aspect of it is
wild Pokemon battles were not ever a big part of the game? Really,
Catching a legendary was a huge part of the game, especially
Well-
the higher tier ones when you had to whittle their health down.
in Pokemon Go, though, you don't just
or
capture a
hope that
legendary.
you don't
do
drop
have to
them in
fight
one
it.
hit.
Yeah, I know, but in this
So-
game you don't.
Well, they haven't talked about
That's
the
true.
legendary.
How
do you know?
So
But they're gonna
Blizzard
just
King?
introduce that for the legendaries and every other wild Pokemon. They're not gonna have battling for.
the only
Yeah.
thing
Okay, so my biggest thing with this is I think it's going to be a very limited game.
I agree.
I love Pokemon, don't get me wrong. I think it'd be a great game, great price at $40. Personally, I would buy it. But I don't
What?
think it's a full price game. It's just
it's a full price game.
too
It's a complete
limited
game.
for
It's a
me.
complete story
How
to
do you
play.
know it's limited? We don't know anything
Just based
really
on what I've
about it.
seen.
I'm
I mean, I
It's a
could
whole
still
new
have,
story
I
in the
could have
Kanto
my
region.
mind
You're gonna
changed,
have the.
but
you're
right
gonna
now
have
it's just too limited.
the Elite Four. All that's back. Like you're gonna have so much. I don't understand. It's
No.
not.
Jake's got to get his 10 words in.
Wild Pokemon battles were never that big a part of the game.
I-
They weren't like
I disagree
how many
entirely.
I
times
disagree too.
you would run into so many Pokemon and just be like, oh my god, run, get out of this fight. This is
Not
such.
if you want to catch them all.
Not if you want to
okay,
catch
if
them
you
all.
already caught them, you had to.
Go ahead, Jake.
I'm
What-
honestly with Brennan on this. I feel like when it comes down to it, they're taking a lot of core parts of a game and
There's no breeding.
reducing it.
There's-
Right.
Yeah, this is a more streamlined version of
You can say
Pokemon.
streamlined or you can say limited. I'm going to go with limited here.
This is a more limited. Limited doesn't have to be a bad thing,
In my opinion,
especially
from what I've
since
seen so far.
So you're
I
taking
don't want.
old
I don't
stuff?
want. I
Right.
don't want this to be. This isn't set in stone. They could convince me otherwise. Just based on what we've seen so far, I just think it's too limited for me to buy.
Well, this is a whole
Well,
new game.
I mean, at least
Well,
it'll
and
be
that's
couch
okay.
casual
That's okay.
to come over and check
Yes,
ours out.
I love
that
that.
way.
Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I'm not saying this
so
is a
yeah.
trash game.
Right,
Back
me
to
too.
that. Back to that
I'm
co-op.
with you. I
Back to
understand.
that co-op. My only negative for that is that say she were to be playing and I went over, and then we played for like an hour or something, and then we caught all these Pokemon, and then I go and sign off. I got nothing. So if I'm a player as well, like I didn't sign in, I didn't
Right.
achieve anything, I didn't capture anything with my player, so that
You
kind
don't
of
get
co-op
anything.
is not.
But they do have. You said they had the local one.
Yeah, they have local connection. Like
and online.
they didn't say if you're actually co-op through the campaign. They didn't. No, they didn't announce it. They announced that you can do local and wireless battles and
I'd be
trading.
surprised. I'd be surprised if they didn't have some sort of way that you can
Mechanic
play with your
where-
friends.
Yeah.
Because
Right,
it,
and-
it,
It
seems
matters
like
for both.
that particular point would be upsetting to people who actually want to have the experience
Because
for
it's
gaming.
such a waste of time if
Yeah.
I'm going to jump into your game and it does absolutely nothing for my character, my Pokemon, anything. By the way, back to your terrible point. You don't know what has been added to the game. So
The man
to say
who
that
says Anthem is the best game.
to say that it's streamlined
He doesn't know.
Throwing terrible
or
points at me.
limited when you don't know anything that's actually been added to the game, you only know the two things that have been removed.
Yeah. So from what
So
I've
this is
seen,
this is
it's
2018.
limited. Did
Well,
I say it's
Kanto
unfortunately,
region. Like, you don't know
we-
what's gonna be
we
added.
we all can't afford to have every single game that hits the market. So
I'm going to.
if,
Not
But
yet.
this. So this is a limited version of Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch, which everybody has been really asking for since day 2 of the Nintendo Switch. Because day
know what I
1,
want?
everybody wanted
I
Legend
want a
of
full
Zelda.
Pokemon game.
Pokemon.
I want.
Which
That's what
is
they've
what
also
you're
said is coming.
getting
Yeah, I
next
know which we're
year.
getting, but this just feels limited to me. And
It is
Just
limited.
to tide
but
you over and
Pokemon
you get the
Snap.
60 bucks
It's
out.
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap would be kind of
I
fun
don't
on the
wanna pay
Switch. I agree with
$100
that.
for a limited game.
So much fun.
Yeah, but
I mean,
especially
will
with all
hold
the
you
new
I really want
Pokemon,
you, though, so.
especially with all the new Pokemon, Switch Pokemon Snap,
that would be so dope.
that would be
That
fun.
was such a fun game.
Pokemon Snap was really fun. Great.
What else about Pokemon, guys? So another thing about
I just think
Pokemon,
it's gonna be a good game.
we are fresh out of
disagree.
Gamescom, and
Oh,
PAX
Segwayed.
is no, this is not a segue. PAX is next weekend,
Continuing.
and Nintendo has announced that at PAX they are going to really be showing off
There we go.
Pokemon Let's Go. So we're going to find out
So I'll
Give me
have
that.
more
info
set in stone
on it.
opinion after
agreed. I'm
this
with you.
weekend at PAX.
that. Right now,
That'll
it's
be
just up
great.
in the air for me.
Yeah.
I'm really getting tired of being right about video games.
So far, you've
No,
been
don't
right
get
about
tired
nothing.
about it. Enjoy that.
Because when you're not, then you're like, oh,
Then you're gonna
Destiny.
have
Oh,
a big
Destiny
set.
2.
You just don't want to be
Master.
wrong about the ones you care
She's hitting
most
Kevin
about.
with so many Destiny references right now.
Yeah, she's
Destiny,
that was
Destiny,
that was
Destiny.
targeted right for me.
His soul.
It was.
Listen, that
But
hurt
yeah,
me
so-
deep.
So as far as Pokemon goes, really just up in the air for me. I guess Jake agrees.
I do.
Well, we live in the same house, so
I'm
you'll
actually.
see it.
You're gonna see the game.
Exactly.
I'm
gonna
actually
see the
excited
game.
for
He's
it.
buying it, so I mean, I'll
But I mean,
see it.
honest question,
I could
because
very well love it. Go ahead, Kailey.
I
Sorry.
play Pokemon Go,
Yeah.
but I've never played any of the other Pokemon games ever, ever. What? I know,
Didn't you hear at the beginning
I'm-
how she missed out?
Yeah.
She mentioned that.
but has there ever been a bad Pokemon game?
It's like a nuke just went off in my childhood.
Has there ever been a
I
bad
never played
Pokemon
any of the
game?
X and Y's, Sun and Moons, so I can't tell you about those.
Those were good.
But I stopped
Those
at
actually-
Platinum.
they're all
Platinum
good.
was really good.
Because I
They're all
mean,
good.
Was it Platinum?
not
Was that the
not
one?
just treating
Were
on
those the
brand
strange
name
ones?
recognition, but if there's
Pokemon
never been
like
a bad
Platinum
Pokemon
and
game, you
Silver
can
and
pretty much
Gold
estimate
or
you're going to have fun to some extent.
Yeah, but
Whether
they.
it's $60 worth of fun
I
versus
didn't like the Pokken tournament. That's a bad Pokemon.
I thought that would be
But
fun.
a lot of people
So did
did
I.
though.
Did you buy it?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say.
A lot of
Watched
people.
a lot of videos
lot
on
of people
it.
love
Honestly,
that
not
So
series.
with that, I just don't want overlapping voices
Yeah,
for
go
that.
ahead.
So the thing with that is, I did enjoy those games, but they're taking out so many mechanics from those games for this game that it's just up in the. Not just two, they're taking out the wild Pokemon fights. They're possibly taking out legendary fights. We don't know. They're taking out breeding.
many was
Leveling,
that?
as far as we
No.
know, is different. Yes,
No,
you
no,
have to
no,
feed
no.
them candies, and
Yeah.
yeah,
They still get experience. The candies
yeah,
are.
but we don't know
like-
if that levels the training.
We don't know the
or if
I
level
that
mean,
levels
system
we,
yet.
we'll
Yeah.
probably
So
end up
we
hearing more
saw-
about it next week so we
Right.
can make a better
We
We
judgment
saw
call.
in the video that they showed us at E3
keep
that
looping back.
when they caught a Pokemon, it gave the experience to their Pokemon party. So
Yeah, they get the whole party gets the experience,
correct.
but they didn't show the leveling system.
As far as evolving, or that
Yeah.
could be different, but
Oh, they did say that in addition to this game are Mega Evolutions and Alolan forms as well.
so
Wait, hold up a minute. I'm gonna pause.
Casually,
right
you
there.
just glossed over that. Like, oh,
also shinies would have to be in it, which
But-
is a new
Yeah.
thing.
I mean-
Shinies.
awesome.
If they said strictly Kanto though, like that doesn't make any sense, right? Because
Man, you took this so personally.
I did.
So weird.
Yeah, no, they
I
just
said my opinion just up in the
I'm
air.
coming at
He
you
is
the rest of the
so
podcast.
angry.
There actually are some of the Pokemon in Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. There are Pokemon specifics to each title, but I do not have the list.
Meaning,
Failed you all.
meaning, don't take it like that. 'Cause
I mean,
listen,
there are so many
There's going to be a
Pokemon.
reason explained in the game why those Pokemon are in the game.
well,
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
going to just
yeah.
be there.
yeah, but I mean, to be if you've played the newer ones, right? Like,
It's Noah's Ark. What happened was, you know what? So
we're not talking about the.
Pokemon from all
Okay.
of the other
That's what we have
lands
for
and brought them
Pokemon
to
this week.
Kanto.
We're gonna have to move on the show though.
Two of each.
Oh, before we gave,
Let's
we got too far.
yeah, we got too far. Let's touch on some of the Gamescom highlights from this year.
So let's start with Anthem and the lack of.
Do you want to start with
highlights.
Anthem? Okay, I have something that I'm going to say about BioWare and Anthem.
Hit us with it.
Go ahead.
You may or may
They're
not
following
like
a
this.
familiar pattern.
They are following a familiar pattern. And they are still showing the same E3 demo that they
Originally aired.
Right.
yeah. and the only new info that we saw was a small description for the Interceptor class. And that was basically a quote saying, the Interceptor is all about agility and interesting gadgets, and having an Interceptor in your crew gives relief to mob control. They also said that they will be showing brand new stuff at PAX.
Which is next week.
And they said that you're going to want to have an Interceptor in your party because they balance out your squad.
I volunteers tribute.
And they say that the squads, in that interview, the squad focus is really what's bothering me the most, I think, because this guy is basically all about the squads, and that is going to hinder
Interceptor
solo players.
Like solo players won't play Interceptor is what you're saying.
Yeah. Like,
okay. When you said that, I thought you were talking about the game.
No,
was
it's
focused
like,
on squads, and I was really
no, because I'm wondering now if you are going to be able to do things as an Interceptor solo.
Well,
or
the thing with the Interceptor is, not to cut you off, but
no, go ahead.
He's super light armor, which is why I think they're focused on the squad so much. Is because he's
weak.
He's low health,
glass cannon.
Yeah,
but not glass cannon.
But not glass cannon.
Because he's ad control.
Right.
He kind of is glass cannon.
Supportive AoE.
He's killing lots of little stuff, while your Storm and Colossus are comboing on the boss. You know what I mean?
He's your ad remover.
I just don't understand why they would say these things in an interview and not show us. Which
it's coming at PAX.
Well, it's probably coming at PAX.
That actually,
I'm gonna make a comparison right now.
Go ahead.
This is the exact same path they went down with Andromeda. And I'm hoping they're not going to repeat it.
Well, that's fine, because that's just saying that they go down the same path. That's not going to be that's not meaning they're the same game.
I'm just going to make another point.
So
Cyberpunk went dark for a while there too.
Cyberpunk went dark for 5 years.
Cyberpunk never came out though.
No, they released a trailer.
They released a teaser.
2013 was the first trailer they released.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
And I've held
in extra comparison,
for 3 months.
We've been waiting for the next Final Fantasy game from the teaser from
you're
how many years ago?
You're talking about
Seven.
the remake.
Yeah.
The remake is
Yucky.
just starting production. So,
I agree. I'm with Brett.
Listen,
it's exactly what Squeenix
I
has
am
been
a
doing.
patient human being. I will wait for
They're
it.
just gonna
But
put
it's been
16.
how many years since they dropped the?
I think that was 2012 actually when that came out.
Oh my god.
So
Hurts.
So your mileage may vary.
yeah, but
the destination is still the same.
To
we
be
have
fair,
said
though, the release date for Anthem is soon, so it's a little.
it's
different.
February
I see what you're
22nd.
Right.
But I still have faith in BioWare, which may be a mistake at this point, but here's to hoping.
I mean,
Well, we said it before, and we'll say it again. In Casey, we trust.
That's right.
right, and
They do have their A team on it.
And
They do.
BioWare, Andromeda was not the best game in the world, but it was still a title that was okay.
No.
It was okay. I'm not saying.
Jake, put your hand down.
I mean, I haven't finished it,
down.
but I had fun while I was playing it.
Right. I mean, I'm not saying it was the best game in the world.
It was terrible. Do you know how many times I beat every other Mass
But
Effect?
you're talking when
Double-digit times.
Hold up.
The
Amounts.
problem is that you're speaking to somebody who played the original trilogy and loved them like they were his children.
I bought the original trilogy. Hold up. I bought the original trilogy on
were his
PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and my PC. Don't you talk smack.
Then what you're saying, you should realize,
But that's
in your own words, is insane.
But we're talking about.
You can say it's a good game.
It just
But
depends on
because
what
it was
you're
in
looking
that
for out of the
family,
game.
You can't say it was a
Right,
good
which
game.
is-
It was
Right.
such a trash game.
I said it was an
compared to the
okay
rest.
game. I didn't say it was good.
No. The thing is, you can say it's okay.
You can't have
But it's in
opinion
that
here,
same
Jake.
family,
we're
so
also-
I can't even give it that.
but we're
'cause
also
it was
talking
such a disappointment.
One rotten game, one rotten egg, and like the dozen of good ones. Like we're
No, because you also had Dragon Age 2, which was terrible.
which was bad.
Yeah,
that
but-
was EA
But the
though.
story was
Story
good.
was good.
That
and
was
two-
EA.
Yeah, but you can't say it's EA
I like Hawk.
because it's
Don't get me wrong. I like the
BioWare.
chance.
Yeah,
No, I
EA
thought
literally-
the story
literally
was really
forced that to go
compelling,
forward.
I
and
know, but
It was bad.
and
That was
I was very
super
conflicted
rushed.
at the end of 2. But
it was awfully rushed. The
I
combat
mean,
I thought was
maps
amazing.
Were always
Yeah, I
thing
did.
over and
Well,
over.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, because
I thought the combat for
the combat was too action for me.
That's what I liked about it.
I didn't.
I thought
But
it
I
was.
hated
I
the
thought it was
game.
fun for playing for console.
But it
It
wasn't-
wouldn't be. It
it
wouldn't
wasn't
be as
their
fun
fault.
if you're
Dragon
playing on
Age 2
PC.
could be okay.
What
as
is
well.
that?
hand
But
symbol right there.
Digressing.
What
But
is that?
But it also wasn't their
I'll
fault.
let Kailey take.
She's
She has a
left the
point to make.
No, I.
We were talking about Anthem. So
we were getting too far off the Dragon Age path down the Dragon Age. That's not anything to do with it at all.
Anthem is going to be great. That
I'm hopeful.
Doesn't
I'm hopeful.
worry me only because a studio isn't going to come off of what they had just done. This was the way they had set it up, but I expect it from them.
Didn't Mark say they were going to have a big
That's what I wanted
Gamescom?
to talk about. So apparently that information came from some of the writers and who actually had the interview with him.
Games Radar or something.
Games
like
I
that?
don't remember.
Who was like a really big one. They had an
We'll just
awesome
say
interview.
somebody in the industry had an interview.
Correct. And they kind of expected more, and that kind of leaked from them.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't
So he
Dragon
didn't-
Source.
he didn't
always
officially say-
expected it to be what it was.
Well, I thought it was weird that they would show their hand at
Right.
Gamescom versus PAX.
Right. And that's where all of us, including myself, I was really hyped for it, saying, oh, this is coming, this is happening. But it was from somebody else in the industry who
Okay.
thought it, they did expect it's not something like they were making it up, trying to drum up interest. They
Okay.
expected
So,
more.
well,
than they
I didn't
got.
know that. So, knowing that now, I can dial it back a little bit because I was starting to approach danger mode.
Danger, danger, danger.
Saw the
Thank
lights
you.
come up and the little
And your HUD.
blink.
All right,
thing.
His
so-
prepared statement is
That's all we saw
So
for
flawed now.
BioWare's Anthem, and they did say we'll be seeing that at PAX this weekend, so we are really looking forward to that. Also shown were tons and tons of indies, but we're short on time, so we have to.
skim those.
Well, we're just going to
I'm
go
gonna skip them
to.
entirely.
Yeah, we can focus on the ones that we like the most and
See Solitude
highlight those. I did not see that one there. Devil May Cry 5, though.
That was an indie?
That is not an indie.
I was going to say.
This is a game that
He
we're
was
talking
skipping
about.
the indies to talk about this.
Devil May Cry 5 had a huge gameplay demo, and
Was it alright?
we got a release date for it, which is March 3rd, 2019.
I thought it was 8.
How close is
tax
that to
season.
February 22nd?
Yes, I apologize.
'Cause
March 8th,
too close is the
2019.
answer.
Merry Income Tax Miss.
I was going to say, that's tax season right there. They're literally just every single good
Every
title.
game.
Yeah, I've
Just
noticed
drop
that
it
that's the
for
trend.
right
They
there.
know people are flush with cash, so
Yeah.
they all
Kingdom
dump
Hearts
it.
is going to actually skip another month.
That's the
Well,
problem.
We'll come
is
back in
that
February.
KH3 is
See-
coming out early.
The first year, they threw out their In the Water Horizon Zero Dawn, and it sold like hotcakes. And then the next year, they were like, well, let's try Monster Hunter World. And it became Capcom's highest selling game of all time. So now,
It was
next
fun.
year,
In like 2
everybody's selling games February and March. And so the Devil May
Just
Cry
saying.
demo is around.
March is my birthday, guys.
You're getting nothing.
I'll
Prepare
give you
for
a,
it.
a nice crisp
I'm going to give
high
you
Thank you.
Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
I accept.
By that point, he will want it. So
So this demo was about, what, 15 minutes?
A little longer, I think, actually.
I am shocked at how beautiful this game actually is.
I thought it was
So
really
happy to see
similar
colors
to Ninja
make their way
Theory's
back into
DMC.
games again.
See, I didn't play that
Vibrant
one.
colors.
So I don't know.
Combat was very. I mean, obviously,
Yeah, the
with
combat's
graphical
awesome.
improvements, it's way better
graphical
looking. but-
improvements.
The effects and everything were
Yes,
stellar.
graphical improvements.
It's just
But the combat was actually very similar to Ninja Theories, and really,
So there's actually two videos that were released. The one was the gameplay, and then the other one was the reveal trailer, which had Dante in it. So
On
that was
his
pretty
bike.
cool. Yep. And then the next game is
real quick before.
Yeah, go
that,
ahead.
His bike is a weapon. Dante's bike
yeah,
is 2 giant swords that he pulls apart.
yeah. That's
It's a
really
chainsaw.
really cool.
Just
It's
so
a
everyone knows, it's a
chainsaw.
chainsaw.
Any other thoughts on Devil May Cry? Are you a fan there, Jake?
I played all of them.
Just
Kaylee?
happy they have John Young Bosch
Really good.
voicing.
Yeah, they did.
There it
That's
is.
really good.
That was all I got out of there. I played all of them. I achieved my 10 words.
Okay, you're all done.
And he spent.
I'm going back downstairs now.
Yeah, see ya. And then next up, no, Jake's got to stay for this one because he's really looking forward to this one.
Say it.
Biomutant.
Not quite, but yeah, I'm still looking forward to it.
It looks so good.
I'm disappointed that they moved it, but I'm
That
not.
is
I'm not
THQ
upset.
Nordic.
That's expected.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't give any
Summer.
Well, they never
2019,
actually
by the way, they moved
gave
it to.
a month of 2018.
They
It just said 2018.
Yeah. But the thing about
Yeah,
it is,
March of 2019 is definitely 2018,
It's
Jake.
Close.
summer.
I mean,
No,
fiscal
March.
year.
March
Summer.
is
It's not even March.
Round up.
Devil
Right.
May Cry. This one just says summer 2019 is what the
Probably
See,
an August release.
probably
What?
December 2000, December 29th, 2019.
So this one got a lengthy gameplay demo as well, and this one is just pure chaos. There's just so much going on here,
Yeah,
and it just looks like a ton of fun.
the way that they show the game so far is that a lot of the world itself is like destructible and
Interactive.
yeah,
Yeah,
everything
totally
everything
interactive.
is- everything,
There are legendary items out there to
Yeah.
find and collect.
Giant mech
The
suits.
fights look intense.
Yeah, and there's different combinations that you can put together. They call them bio combinations, and they said that basically what this game is, if you haven't seen anything, is there is a campaign to this. It is about saving the world tree from the world eaters. There are 5, they said,
Yes.
and that is the campaign. And they said that main story is going to be at least 10 hours long. And then it's just an entire open world for you to explore and learn these combinations and do combat. They said there's tribes in there, 6 tribes.
6 tribes. They
which
showed one in
we
the video.
were able to see one tribe.
And they also showed one of the World Eater bosses.
Yeah, and they showed that boss fight. And one of the bio combinations, they actually created a mech suit that the mutant got into. And they said that the weapons on the mech suit are totally customizable. Everything is customization in this game.
Right.
And they said there's so much. There's actually over 500,000 different bio combinations that you can create.
so
I expect a lot of post-campaign content, like stuff to unlock after you beat the story.
right. I think
Just based on the campaign length being so short.
right. I feel that way too, but like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that still. Like, I really like.
Do you know
Small-scale
what-
game, you thinking?
Yeah, I don't
Well,
think it's going to be as big because they said
I don't think it's going to be small scale at all,
He said 8 kilometers by 8
is what they were
kilometers.
showing.
That was it.
Yeah.
Oh, then that changes things a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought that was the whole entirety of the map.
What I got when I heard that the campaign would be at least 10 hours long, I was immediately thinking about Skyrim, because the main campaign in Skyrim was about that. Maybe a little bit longer, but not much. But
2
it was
hours
an
if you powered right
entire...
through it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so it was
fast.
really short, right? I thought it was.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can get through it quick.
So it's like... But the world is just so open and there's just so much for you to do.
I don't think it's going to be like that at all.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's going to be like Skyrim, but
No, I mean, like, I understand what you're saying.
I
Like,
think
it's going
so.
to be immersive and you're going to have a lot of things to go and do, but I don't. Skyrim, they hooked you throughout the whole entire game, or you got distracted instantaneously.
This game
to go
has
about
so
it.
much
the,
customization.
the hook here is the customization, not the story.
I don't.
Jake doesn't see it. I see it. I
I
I see
love
it.
the
I think
sound
it's
of
going to
it.
be incredible.
I love customizing stuff. So
I love the fact that my character creation in the very beginning of the game matters.
Oh,
Yes.
totally.
You
If
should
I
have
give
seen
him
the
I
the
love
video.
ears,
Yeah,
Yeah, in the
His
video, like
vitality
the
went up
vitality.
from 20 to 82.
Yeah, just
Based
from
on
different,
him
and
messing with
the
his stuff.
entire look of the character
I
is
like that a
changing
lot.
too. The
That's
height.
huge.
yeah.
I'm really.
It
psyched
feels
for
different
Yeah.
from a lot of other games that we're used to playing.
It's new. You don't see
It's
that.
something new and fresh. Yeah, I
I'm-
think it's going to do really well.
I'm gonna give it the. I'm not going to be really excited for it enough to say that, like, you know.
THQ Nordic's a good developer too.
I
They
agree.
make good games.
So I don't know. I don't know
Darksiders 3
how you're
also
coming
coming
at
from
this
them.
because in a previous episode
That's
of
I
this
was
show,
so
by
excited,
the way,
I loved it,
probably
but-
why this got pushed back is Darksiders 3.
That's the 10 hours that.
well,
I think
Darksiders
that
is
hurt-
done,
that
man.
hurts
That's
me a
coming
little.
out in November.
I know, but if
Oh,
there was
you-
Well,
something
maybe
they
they'll have
really
some more
pushed it.
information
Pushed it for
about
that
it
reason.
next
I'm,
week.
I'm hoping to see more of it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to see that at PAX too.
So yeah, it's the 10-hour gameplay, the 10-hour like full story that really.
I'm
scares
not
me.
really worried about campaigns, honestly.
Yeah, this is like even in the actual the first trailer stuff and gameplay we saw, there was so much stuff that he was doing. He was killing bosses that didn't matter, like just to level up his guy, get new gear, get new equipment. And one of the things like Kev mentioned, there's legendary items in the game, so you're gonna want to search everywhere. Even if it were a small map, it's also multi-level. You've seen it parts where you go into a cavern and you're just walking down, and stuff like that has occurred. So you don't know.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a quick note here. I did fulfill my promise to you guys. Nino Kuni was beaten in 3 days. Jake, how about you?
I'm pretty close.
Oh, still working on it. Got it. Next up, Kevin.
Oh wow, he's so
How many
proud
videos
right
did
now.
you take?
How many what?
How many videos?
How many videos?
There's
for the
not
video?
really
yeah, how
any
many
Ni
you
no
got
Kuni
for the-
videos from me since this was a game
Oh,
that
none.
Kevin and Jake had for 8 months there. But I will be doing the Ultimate Boss, a video on that.
Sick burn.
Sorry.
Bro. Sick burn.
That backfired on
Set me
me.
up
It
so
was
easy.
total
I
backfire.
expected
But
that
I
the other
will
way.
do a video on the Ultimate Boss for you guys so you can see that fight. I'm still leveling to fight him, so it'll be a couple weeks
This
here.
is level 99.
Oh.
Yes, it's very
At
high
least we'll
level.
get something out of him. So, moving on.
Moving on.
Or are you
Moving
gonna?
on.
Moving
No, I'm
on.
good.
You got
I'm
something
happy.
else?
I was happy.
Nothing.
After I
So
burnt Jake.
He wanted-
you crushed him.
He was so ready.
Yeah, I was just surprised to hear that coming from you that you.
I'm just dialing back my excitement. I'm going to buy it, but I'm trying to dull it. So if the game
Oh,
really,
so I'm seeing what's going on here. You've
He's
run out
saving
of words, so you're using my terms now. Once you use your 10 words, you have to use mine.
yeah, I will reach through this table.
Through it.
Through this table.
Through the table.
Why?
You
You're
got
next
Ghost
to him.
Arrows. What is this? Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh,
Ghost arrows, ladies and gentlemen.
awesome segue there, Kevin.
It's
Nice
just too bad I'm
to
not
sleep through.
going into Assassin's Creed
we're not going
Odyssey
to do
right
we
now.
talked about that so much last
I know.
time.
No, we have to talk about.
Medusa.
Are we not referencing the Medusa hunt?
Yeah, that's why I just did this perfect segue into Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Obviously,
go.
come on.
Why
guys.
else would he have done
Jesus.
it, Brennan?
Yeah, so Ghost Arrows were announced in this trailer today. Did you get to see that one yet?
No, I
The
didn't
Medusa
actually.
trailer?
I was.
You should
So-
watch it. It's the best.
It is confirmed that mythological creatures are
Good.
in the game, and Brennan
Excellent.
is just through the roof with excitement now.
I don't care what he
And-
thinks because I am.
I am too.
I'm
Medusa
honest,
actually looks
honestly, I could care less
awesome.
either way. Medusa
Fight-
did
the
look
fight
really
looked
good.
amazing.
The fight looks amazing.
There's an animus in the game, Brennan. Shut up.
Seriously.
I was gonna say
There's
that's
an
I mean,
animus
that was
sends
my
you back in
argument the
time and
whole
plays
time.
your
that was
character.
mine too. I was like, yeah, that could be the reason.
Guys,
because
I don't want it to become God of War. I just want it to stay Assassin's Creed.
It's not gonna be
okay,
God of
But
War.
I don't mind
Let
the
it be what it wants to
change.
be. Bring me the
Animus.
Minotaur.
I don't mind the change. I'm happy with
Yeah.
it. As long as it's a clean fight and it's not just
Right.
thrown in there, I'm happy.
As long as they
I
don't get
personally love
sloppy
the
with
fact
it.
that they're tying in mythology.
As long as you don't
So
get
do I.
shot by
Especially
lasers
it's-
and turn your
it's great.
stone.
Greek is incredible.
The more they add to Assassin's Creed, the better it's going to be.
And that's
But the
that
trailer
she
for-
shoots laser beams and it hits the ground, facing you too.
Yeah, she does. That's well, there was a name for that. What was it? Do you remember?
Eyeball beams. I don't know.
That was not the name for
I
it.
don't.
Dodge
imagine
your
that it
eyeball
was.
beams quick. But you didn't really describe ghost arrows, so
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Essentially-
Ghost Arrows.
you want to go ahead?
No, let
No,
him
you
go.
go ahead.
He's
Have
all
it.
excited.
Have it. You got it,
No,
man.
you
You're
got it,
excited
man.
for those.
Release your anger.
Okay, fine. So Ghost Arrows, you can shoot these arrows through objects to hit your opponent. So you can essentially shoot, if you're in a cave, you can shoot through the cave and hit your opponent outside of the cave.
So is this kind of the answer for, like, in Origins, how you can have ultimate snipe mode?
Like the
Where you can-
sniping arrow, probably, yeah.
I think it's like because you could like control the
Yes.
arrow in the
Yeah,
last one.
you could
This is
fly
kind of
it.
a build off
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
This
So-
one has a giant skill system, so who knows what we're going
I'm-
to see.
Actually, in this Medusa fight, they were showing off some of the skills. They weren't actually talking about them. Actually, they didn't talk at all. I would prefer if
I would
everybody
have
just
preferred
mute
silence
it
that whole video.
and Ubisoft contact me. We can work something out.
You guys can't complain because you complained when Anthem had their fake.
I would take that
dialogue.
any day.
See,
over
you
Wait,
can't
this
have
guy.
it. You
That was
can't have
terrible.
that.
But
Listen, he was excited, but it needed some better
Bogey's
writing.
at 12
I mean,
o'clock.
this is like Medusa's like post game content. They said
No, she's late game.
late game.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was
And
beating
you had to
her
go
ass.
on some
Oh, yeah,
special
So
quests. to
there
get
was this
there.
one ability that he triggered, and he did like 5 or 6 ultra
Slashes.
dual wielding slashes, and he was just like cutting right into her chest.
like a
And I
quarter
was
of her
just
health
like,
gone
what?
in the first 5 seconds.
It was just a
insane.
flurry of attacks. Yeah.
They look great.
The combat-
They looked really
very
great.
I'm going
clean.
to watch it when I get
Oh
home.
man, I can't wait to get this game. That's gonna be.
No.
I don't know, man.
I've
Yeah,
already got
you
Kevin
guys
on my
wanna-
side now. I
Well,
flipped
dude,
him.
once they announced that it was going to this, and then they confirm mythology, I'm in.
As if there's any question. Come on now.
Oh my god. When Red Dead 2 demolishes you all.
Oh
I'll
no,
be
I
there.
didn't say I was in for Game of the Year.
Oh well, I love this.
I just
I
said
love
I'm
Assassin's
in
to
Creed.
buy it.
Yeah,
Assassin's
100%.
Creed,
I'm buying this game. I was gonna buy the collector's edition.
Yeah.
No, that's happening.
I am
The,
buying the
uh,
collector's edition.
You want to get into some news a little bit?
No. Let's talk about what's in the collector's edition.
The collector's edition.
It was a joke.
Does anybody know offhand what's in that?
I didn't even know
Which
if there was
version?
one, honestly.
There's a couple different versions. Yeah,
We're gonna move past that. We'll get back to that.
Who knows?
we can go through those in a future
Later,
update.
right.
It comes out soon.
October 5th. But those who pre-order it get it October 2nd.
Oh my god! Hey, you know who else does that? Anthem.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get it though, because I actually ordered it through Ubisoft, so they have to mail it to
Never.
me. So I'll probably get it
That's
December.
never showing up.
It's never going to show up.
Octopath took how
Oh
long?
no, not part 2. Not again. That was brutal. So let's get into some news. So Nintendo developer Shigeru Miyamoto he had an interview and he actually made a critique about the free-to-play model. And he said companies should deliver games at reasonable prices instead of a free-to-play model. He's actually against them. He believes that you should be able to purchase a game and know what you're getting with it and always be able to enjoy that content rather than relying on microtransactions.
It really depends on how it's
Yay.
set up.
Yeah.
I mean, like
I
in
agree.
Fortnite, they continually develop
Right.
the game, so I disagree with that.
I just think that's a really powerful statement from a very, very powerful man.
Well, the thing is that if you look at
I
it,
disagree.
if they go with the model of
Warframe?
Fortnite or what Anthem's doing, going to because of Fortnite, it's not content. So he's saying you should get the content that you expect, but they're not locking content behind that. It's fashion. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to look cool, then you can spend money on the game and
I
support
didn't
it.
actually
That is
name a
yeah,
game,
that's
so
most,
I don't
most
know.
usually the free to play games has most of
Right,
it.
so I
just-
don't understand the point of that because you're getting all of the content in a free-to-play game
And most
almost
just-
all the time.
Yeah,
Kinda
but
sounds like
it's
he
nice.
doesn't want to change with the times, honestly.
I'm
like,
okay with him being an old
I mean,
man,
I'm
get
okay-
off my
I'm
lawn,
okay with
because
that,
I like to know, like, when I buy a game, I want to actually know what I'm getting. I want to expect a certain completeness.
Right?
I'm tired of games being sent that are
That's
like
true.
not
Fortnite
fully.
is constantly updated.
Yeah, but it's also not.
Did
but
he give an
Fortnite has to
example
update
of
because they
anything,
have to
like a
fight back
specific
from,
game, or
I don't
whatever
think
becomes
he
meta, they need to
would do
change and
that.
keep updating it so
That's
people
true.
don't get.
I don't know if he
comfortable.
did or not. I didn't read the entire article.
That's
Like
just weird to
Warframe's
me.
free.
No, I see what he's
Warframe's
saying
pretty much a
with
full
that,
game.
though.
So
Warframe
it
is-
just
Warframe is a full
it
game.
just depends
Literally,
on
like,
what
with
kind of
huge
game you're
updates.
making.
Huge.
But for a lot of the games, it wouldn't be a sustainable model anyway.
No, I think what he's saying is that this model isn't sustainable for the future. It's
Well,
going to go away.
The reason for that is
No,
because if it's a
It's-
game, if
I
it's a
disagree
game
entirely.
like a
Trendy.
high budget game, like you couldn't do Assassin's Creed this way
No way.
because
You just
I think
can't.
that's
the
his
budget
point.
should design the game is
Yeah,
just
you're
too
never
much.
gonna-
You're not gonna.
I think that's
For
his
small
point, too.
for
You
small
never-
studios and stuff, like we have these trendy.
Well, Fortnite is a
I mean,
trash
it's been
Trying
the
to-
number one game in
with
the world
trash
for
graphics.
But
Like,
it's
a
but it's
year
making
now.
bajillions of dollars.
right, exactly.
And
But the thing is, if you look at their budget going into the game, I'm sure it was like minuscule compared to like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like
I
big
just have to
games.
point something out to her real quick.
Mhm.
Fortnite has pulled in over $1 billion.
Yeah. You've told me that before.
I don't
I
understand.
mean, good for them. But
Yeah, congrats
when,
to Epic for that.
But when
achievement.
people start
insane.
seeing
And-
that as a successful model, they're going to start trying to make games that imitate that because they're thinking, hey, their market share is $1 billion. We're going to get in on that.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you're
that
seeing
is-
two
With
of
the
the
Battle
biggest.
Royales.
Literally.
You're
Yes,
seeing two of the
COD
biggest companies
and
coming out with
Battlefield.
battle royales this year.
And there are games that have taken the model of having to purchase a game, and they threw that now out of the window. Like a lot of MMOs are now going that route because at the moment they're losing people because people don't either want to pay for a subscription or they don't want to pay for a full game to play it.
No, I mean, like, I kind of
Not
get
all of them.
offended at, like, if I spend $60 in a
Chunk of
game,
them.
I don't want to have to pay $20 a month to update it. If I pay $60, I want my content.
I agree, but I feel like that wasn't a statement.
No, I don't
I think
think
it was
that
was-
more
No, his-
anti-free game.
was-
No,
he was-
it's not that. His statement is you don't get The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on a free-to-play model.
Right.
And so if more and more people adopt that, you're not going
Then
to
you're
get
gonna be-
these experiences.
You're going to be ending up with
Well, the
trash
thing is,
games.
You have
That's
to,
true.
like Fortnite. You have to completely rely
But-
on your community as well.
It's
Then
the
your instinct
number
on the
one
game
game
you
in
get.
the world for a reason because people enjoy it. So he can say that But if more people
Do people
enjoy
really
this,
enjoy it though?
No.
than they
It's-
do
it's
other
addiction.
games.
That's what it is.
It's
addiction.
trendy, it's flashy, it's
trendy,
new.
exactly.
It's the
I
number
would-
one
I
game.
wouldn't say-
Everything
It's
else.
been
I would honestly
trendy
say it's
for over a
trendy. I
year
think
now,
it's-
though,
it's-
so it's
Yeah,
not
but
really a
games
trend.
the
games are
concept of
trendy
addiction.
for about like the games trend
So,
usually for about
the thing
4 to
is-
5 years, and then
Some of the biggest streamers in the world are playing this game. Those same streamers were playing Overwatch last year. We're playing games like this. Trends change.
They rush
Next
to the
year they're
trend.
going to be playing whatever's
Exactly, and as soon as that happens, this game dies.
because
It's
these
not gonna
people
stay.
need to play what's trending or their careers are over.
Correct.
It doesn't matter what the game is, as long as it's whatever's popular, they need to play it.
And we'll probably see that with the new battle royales and Call of
Yeah,
Duty
absolutely you're
and
gonna see
Battlefield.
that.
Although, what if it doesn't? What
And
if
then
Fortnite
when-
survives that?
when you
Well,
will.
Fortnite will survive those
will.
because they're
Of course it
not
will.
direct competitors.
$1 billion.
because Fortnite was the one that really set the stage this time around. So
Well,
they've perfected.
Warframe had
they've
it ages ago, and that has all.
Well, no, they
And Warframe changed like its whole like model around. It was
Yeah.
insane.
the reason Fortnite is so popular is because of three things. One, they made it arcadey and less graphical intense, and there is absolutely no bloodshed when you kill somebody. You're
sanitized.
shooting them and killing them, and it's okay because you're just out for the round, which means this game was made for children. Two, they made it free so that children could get it for free because kids have no money. And three, they put it on every single device so that kids had no reason to not download the free game to play.
Right.
And that their parents will see the game and allow them to play it because there's nothing visceral happening in this game because it's a very cartoony game and they're building things and they're shooting things and they're blowing up, but they're not.
And what's
Arms and-
$5 every once in a while?
Yeah.
Correct.
And I would say for the huge streaming population, they got a hold of it. And
Well, that came after
That
the
came
fact.
Right, that's
afterwards
'cause their
because of
audience-
That
Right.
wasn't the
Right.
design. In the design, they wanted to make a free game that kids could get their hands on, that parents would allow them to play, and they knew what would happen, and they nailed
They
it.
did
And they're a
it.
billion-dollar company
I
now
agree.
because of it.
I think the lasting power is from the streamers, though. Because
Yeah.
when they
Yeah, I
abandon
agree
this game, it's gonna die.
I disagree.
We
Right.
all agree on that,
No, I
except
100%
Jake.
agree.
Once it's abandoned, it's done.
No,
But-
because it's gonna still
I
still
just-
float.
No,
I
look at
can't
PUBG,
see
man.
anything
They're
that's gonna
suffering so bad now.
PUBG still
Beat it.
floats though. It's not
Barely.
as good as it
Okay,
was.
it's
but
Just
still.
It's
okay.
got 8
let's
million
talk.
holes in
Let's
the hole.
revisit this
She's barely
conversation.
floating, my man.
Let's revisit this conversation in December after Battlefield 5 and Call of Duty Black Ops 4 have been out for a while,
Oh.
and see how good PUBG is doing.
How well?
How well PUBG is doing. Satisfied?
Yes,
Good.
always. Because I have a Snickers.
Wow, pretty sure that's.
For those that are worried about, well, Jake may have something here with the longevity of Fortnite because World of Warcraft had their latest expansion come out for a game that a lot of people have said is dead over and over. Their day one global sales surpassed 3.4 million copies. They are alive and well, and this is actually their second highest PC selling game to date.
And let's
you know
not
why?
forget.
All right, good Blizzard. Now give me Diablo 4.
Let's not forget their the subscriptions that people still pay for where they get. It's just insane how much money
Yeah.
they rake
The
in.
thing is, though, they said, "Hey, new players, we welcome you. Here's a vanilla game, and you can have a boost, so that you're not feeling
Right.
useless."
Guild Wars did that too.
Well, not only that, they also allowed it so that you don't,
I mean, Destiny did that too.
you no longer.
Destiny, you had to pay for $200 for like a regular
Yeah,
game.
100%.
Well,
I mean, I just
it's a
meant
little
the
bit.
boost.
It's a little bit different here because you no longer have to. You used to always have to purchase the expansion. Plus, you'd have to go back and purchase the core content.
Yes.
Because you no longer have to. When you purchase the expansion, you get the entire game now.
Well, okay, so
But after it's been out for so long, it kind of makes sense.
the moral of gaming in the long run, no matter how much it gives you a story and whatever, it's to keep you playing it. Like, you could say some games it just stops and then you stop playing it. Like, let's say God of War is only 40 hours and you stop.
Well, they have a new game plus. Was
They
the
have that
biggest thing
now,
with that right
so
now.
people do go back and play it and get more stuff. But the thing about Fortnite is it gives you a leveling system. It gives you a system where you build to get gear to make yourself pretty and make yourself known. You
Yeah,
keep
but it's
playing.
literally the same thing over
It's
and over again.
cosmetics.
It is
It's a different
addiction,
color suit.
is what it is.
Yeah,
It
so
is.
is Overwatch.
But how
Overwatch is
long-
the exact same thing.
The
And Overwatch keeps
question,
playing.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
like
but they're
McDonald's.
dying. Their streaming is so Overwatch was a paid game, and all of their streamers have jumped ship. Nobody streams Overwatch
Fortnite.
anymore. To Fortnite because that's what
That's what's
it
big.
basically shows our point.
they have to go where
Exactly.
the market is.
That's the market. The streamers jump, and Overwatch is kept alive because of the way they do things. So Overwatch is continuously releasing new heroes, releasing
Yeah.
new events, everything. And
But I mean, how
Broken Heroes. Just saying.
when was last time you played? Or you, Kev?
when
He
was the-
plays
what-
all the time.
Yeah, we played last
I
night.
just finished the season.
As-
I actually did all of his placements last
I
night.
don't play it anymore.
I'm gonna point this out, and I know this doesn't really matter number wise, but as of May 2018, so a couple months back, Overwatch has 40 million players worldwide. Not as much as they had, but the point is, it's not a dying game whatsoever.
Right.
But I mean, it's worldwide. So
But it's a paid
there's other
game
different.
is my thing. So if
Not
you
paid subscription either. Oh God,
exactly.
I just looked at Fortnite. Ugh.
So if you take a look at it when the streamers jump and this game doesn't have that, oh, I just paid $60 for this, I should probably keep playing,
Yeah.
that constant update, all that stuff goes away, people are going to jump. People aren't going to stay on that game.
No, that's the whole thing. I have to keep updated. But what was
do
going on
you
there?
so do you think we'll
He was being
see
a lizard.
do you think we'll see an Overwatch 2?
No.
I think if they do it, they go campaign.
I think if they do it, they
I
go
think they give you a story.
I 100% agree with you. If they're going to do it again, they're going to give you a full campaign.
I think if Overwatch 2 comes and there's no PvE story content, I think I will not buy it.
I don't think it actually happens because
I think they
The
should
way they-
not care about that and give me Diablo 4.
the way they treated it like a live service.
Well,
where
I'm
it's
with you there.
constantly updating. I mean, it's summer event just ended yesterday or today. Actually, is
Yeah.
the last day of the summer.
Well,
event.
no, the next season that's going on ESPN
Starts in 3
didn't even
days.
happen yet. So that's
starts in
gonna
3
be-
days.
Oh, that's when it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we already know Diablo 4's in the works,
I
so
don't
it's
care if
just a
in the
matter of
works, I
time.
just want it released. So
Kailey has to get going here, so we want to thank her for joining us this week, and we hope that she can join us again soon. So thanks, Kailey.
Pleasure being here.
see you next time.
Thank you.
Catch you later.
So the next piece of news actually broke today, and this is Microsoft's subscription plan is now live, and it is called Xbox All Access. Have you guys heard about this yet? So
Not if it broke today.
I don't know if you guys had seen it or not.
He was
All
busy
day, Kev.
doing martial arts.
Martial arts and work.
Yes.
This Xbox All Access has an Xbox One and 100 games, no upfront cost, and one low monthly price.
Wait, what?
This is for a limited time, in-store only, so you have to actually go to a
What store?
Microsoft store.
A
Oh,
Microsoft store.
Microsoft store.
I was gonna say.
So
Where's the
what
closest
you
Microsoft
get
store?
is
Is it an Xbox One X?
you get
Listen.
an Xbox One X console, 24 months of Xbox Game Pass, 24 months of Xbox Live Gold, $34.99 a month for 2 years is the contract.
Ooh.
That actually equals out to the price. It's 0%.
Is there an option to pay full thing right there?
Yeah, you just go to the store and buy all that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, what are you saying?
Guys, if you didn't know, I'm very dumb.
Lizards aren't the brightest.
We can't spell.
That is
They also have
such a steal.
They also have the Xbox One S console, 24 months each of Game Pass and Live for $21.99 a month
Wow.
for 2 years.
No, I'm getting the X.
With All Access, you actually save 20% versus the regular cost.
Wow. That's actually really
That's
good.
a great deal.
Yeah, so you go to the Microsoft store, you choose the bundle you
Probably
want.
Q's being
You
closest.
apply for their credit. It's actually powered through Dell Preferred account.
What?
And you go home with an Xbox One X for $35 a month for 2 years, 20% savings, 2 years of Game Pass, 2 years of Live Gold, which you get the free games with Live. This is incredible.
That's insane.
This is incredible. This is a game-changing day for Xbox and Microsoft. Wow. This is
Some console
And
sales
Game Pass
right there.
Game Pass 24 months. That's every
24 months.
exclusive
For 2
that they
years.
have for the next 2 years. That's for free.
It actually
way.
says so on the page they tell you the console. It's the choose an Xbox One S, choose an Xbox One X, Game Pass, 24
Choose?
months. Yeah, it's one or the other.
Oh,
So it's
I thought you-
24.
Like,
It's
choose like
35.
a different type of Xbox
Yeah, I
One
thought you
X.
meant an addition. I was like, wait.
No, they're just
what?
describing what
Gotcha.
each console is like. It says choose an Xbox One S, the best value in games and entertainment, or the Xbox One X, the world's most powerful console. And then it says Xbox Game Pass for 24 months. Play new games from Xbox on the day they're released, plus get unlimited access to over 100 more great games.
And on top of that, for those of you who don't know, Game Pass does also give you discounts on certain games up to 50%.
Yeah, and all the deals and all the like flash savings and stuff like that, they all apply for this. There's no restrictions to this. This is, you're getting everything Xbox for a monthly price. So for anybody out there that doesn't have a current gen Xbox console that's been on the fence,
No, I'm gonna go get one. I'm serious.
go to your local Microsoft store
I might join you
and
in
get
that.
it.
We pay
Like, this
$20
is-
a month just for each of us to have Game Pass. By the way,
Yeah, you do.
this is
Insane.
that's $15 more a month.
Yeah. And you also get Xbox
I might
Live
go
Gold for 2 years,
Right.
Which is
$60 a year.
or $10 a
That
month
is
if you go
nuts.
monthly.
Yeah.
That is absolutely wild.
And
Xbox,
you get,
what are
so
you doing
Live
right
Gold,
now?
you get the most advanced multiplayer network, you get the free games and the exclusive discounts as
This
well.
isn't about money. This is pushing console sales.
Yeah, this
Absolutely.
is getting, well, their machine is $500, man, and we're approaching the end of a console lifespan, and they released the mid-year or mid-life cycle most powerful console.
Well, this
and-
contract is 2 years for a reason. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, it's absolutely,
Because
this
they know
is,
their
what's
next
at
stuff
the
is
end of 2
coming.
years.
and
right in
it's
that.
only for a limited time.
I mean, I wonder if this is also just a test run to see if it's a viable option.
I'm
Oh,
literally
this is
driving
going
there
to-
on our
this
next
is-
day off.
This is a limited time
So-
while
You
supplies
mean
last. This
we'll
is going to
drive
sell
there.
out.
Correct.
This will sell out.
Oh
with,
yeah.
with my very nice car.
How limited
Correct.
time? When does it start? When does it end?
Yes. Tell me.
It doesn't
all of these
actually.
things.
It doesn't say.
That's insane.
That is.
It just
absolutely
says
wild.
limited
that's,
time.
That's stunning, actually, to think about it. That's pretty.
Is this a good time to tell you what PlayStation just did to me?
Are you gonna bring it up?
Hit us.
No,
with-
no.
Don't do that.
I'm not going to.
Oh, I wanted it.
I could tell.
I started salivating a little.
This is actually crazy. So I'm doing the math over here in my head, and so 24 months for it works out to like $420 a year roughly. That's like
Okay. Available at time of purchase is from
$864.
August 27th through December 31st.
August 27th. That's today, right?
Yeah, it launched today.
I'm
They announced it and launched it today.
going to buy it Sunday
So it looks like it lasts until December,
for Christmas.
the end of December. Yeah.
I'm pretty surprised to hear that.
So
That's-
864. That was the total.
Yep.
The console itself is $550.
Yeah, when you put in tax and everything. Yeah. I had
Yeah, and you're paying for all
calculations
of it.
here.
So that the game.
And there's
Pass,
no
the-
interest.
So no, there's no interest for the 24 month period. If you do happen to lapse in your payments,
Right,
they
then you'd
do
have interest.
apply interest.
Right. Yeah.
But so the total after 2 years is, what did you say, 840?
864.
864. And that's at $36. So I don't know if they tax it or what, but
Oh, it was $34.95.
Yeah.
I went $1 over, so it's like take
For
off
20
$34.99
so it's
for
like
everything.
$840.
And the S is around $22. Let's see. The total after 2 years for $34.99 is $840, right?
Jake, that's bad math.
Xbox Live Gold costs $60 annually, so that's $120 for 2 years. Game Pass is going to cost you $240,
Oh, I got it wrong. Okay.
and the X costs
$550.
$500, so that is $860. So it's $20 less by
Yeah.
paying monthly.
Yeah, but the X, when you factor in the taxes and stuff for the X, that's $550 easy.
Yeah. Well, this is just the base price. You're still saving money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're saving a ton of money.
Yeah. So yeah, that's. I mean, anybody that doesn't have an Xbox, like I said, this is your way in,
Not
You
just
heard
an
it here
Xbox.
first, folks.
and
Xbox One
it's easy
Right, that's an
to.
X.
Well, it should. I mean, I don't know if it's easy for everybody, but $34.99 a month is very doable for, I would say, most people.
It's much more doable than $500
Up front, correct.
That's,
Oh,
That's
well,
another
that's
thing
way
you have to
harder.
think
No,
about.
that's
Drum up.
$860.
No,
I was
what
just
he's saying,
the cost
but
of an Xbox.
If you want to buy
Oh,
an
just
X,
the
if you want to
system
go into the
itself,
store
yeah.
and buy an X right now, it's $500, and that's the thing.
And that's why I think they're doing this, because they know that, and they don't want to. They made an incredible machine,
Right.
and you don't want to reduce the price of it because you're getting towards the end of the life cycle, and people may be saying, "Well, we're on something is at the horizon," so you don't. So you come out with something like this, and depending on how well this does, they could launch next gen like this.
That would be.
Could you imagine?
That would be
Oh
insane.
my god, like
I don't see why they
$40.
wouldn't.
Oh.
Why not?
Yeah, if this does well in this,
Yeah.
that's probably why
I
they gave
expect
it.
this to do well.
They gave it a 4-month
Personally.
period, and then you can extrapolate data from that and go
Yeah.
from there. And if this does as well as I expect it to, based on what you're telling me, that's what they will do.
Yeah, they put in there while supplies last. So they're putting a cap on how many they're going to do, and they're going to sell out.
Without
it's
a
gonna
doubt.
happen. Any other thoughts on Xbox All Access?
It's just
Insane.
more new.
It's incredible. It really is. This is game changing for sure.
I did have one more thing that I wanted to add. They just bought Ninja Theory and
They bought Ninja Theory ages ago.
no, I know. But what's the other one?
They bought Four
Playground,
Studios.
Playground. There's the one I wanted.
Oh, Playground Games. Yeah,
All of those games that these companies come out with are free
they come out on Game Pass. Yeah.
for $3.
Well, I mean, you got to
Well,
pay that
for-
subscription.
For $20 a
Not
month.
for this. That's 24
It's
months
$10
without
a
it.
month.
Oh,
Whatever
yeah,
they
right.
release for the next.
Huh?
That one.
Yeah, it's
10.
It's
It's
10.99.
20 for both of us because we both have it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually just on sale for $1 for a month up to 2 months. So $2.
And they
for
do
2
stuff
months.
like that too. So
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm not really sure how it works, So when you're
So you'd miss out on those sales.
you do miss out on that. So
Yeah.
you can't
you
like
have to actively rebuy the subscription when they're on
Right.
sale like that, and it'll add 2 months to
Oh,
it.
okay. I see.
So I missed out on it because I didn't see it in time. But
Oh, wait. So you can. So say you got 2 years worth.
Oh, yeah,
And
you
they
can
run a sale.
extend it.
You can
Yeah, yeah,
purchase
yeah, yeah.
it, and then
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
going to
yeah,
go
yeah.
on the back.
right,
Oh yeah. So that's great.
Yeah, and this is already the second time they've sold it for $1.
Oh, I was just like, okay, so I got it for 2 years, and then all of a sudden they sell it, and I'm like, well,
Right, yeah, I
Hey,
see
can
what
I
you're
get this?
saying.
And they're like, oh, you're already a subscriber. Go fuck yourself.
gotcha.
Thanks, guys.
Understandable.
no, weird that that
But no, they.
kind of rampant anti-consumerism doesn't happen. Microsoft, weird.
Anyway,
Little
that's
bit
all
of-
I've got.
little
That's
bit of
just
salt.
incredible. That's
Little
insane
salt.
to me.
All right, so what's the
A lot of salt.
what's up next here, Kevin?
Well, I saved
Yes,
the
Kevin. What's next?
other breaking news for last.
Explode out of my skin.
So at E3, the good people over at CD Projekt Red
Project.
hijacked Microsoft's stage and displayed upon us the best trailer of E3. And then in that trailer, it was mentioned that there was Gamescom footage as well, and that it was rumored that Gamescom was going to have a lot of details, and it didn't. At E3, we didn't get to see anything other than a behind-the-scenes closed doors demonstration, and at Gamescom, we got to see a few screenshots and more verbal information, and yet another behind closed doors gameplay demo. And so the growing concerns started to arise where we didn't know like what shape this game was in or why they wouldn't want to show the world something from this world other than a CG trailer. And then today they decided to release a 48-minute gameplay demonstration for the world to see. They put it on their YouTube channel. And they also announced that the developers have put together the game as much so that they can play it from start to completion through the story. So it is that far along. And we went ahead.
Your slow build up here is killing me.
we went ahead and watched the 48-minute trailer for CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077.
It's like time sitting still right now.
Yeah, I am dying inside.
What did we see, Brennan?
Greatest game of all time? Confirmed. Confirmed. I mean, they could release that game right now, and it would be best of the year.
Is that a tear slowly crawling down your cheek? It was beautiful.
That's not water.
It was everything you could have hoped for 5 years ago when you saw that first trailer. Honestly, it blows that away because it was 2013 and you didn't know what graphics could look like.
Yeah.
And this was an alpha, so I mean the graphics were. I mean honestly, they could have released those at those graphics, and I would be happy. But
yeah, I was very shocked to see how great this game looks in the alpha build, and just how deep this game and its world is in alpha. They started right out with the customization of the character.
Super in depth.
Oh man, there's just so much there.
And
like almost Biomutant level, except it doesn't like your character's build doesn't affect your attributes.
And a good point out here is that everything that you're seeing in this demo that they're showing you in this gameplay is subject to change. So the in depth that you're seeing probably is going to be even more customization,
robust,
more things to
yes,
look at.
Graphically superior to this.
Girthy.
They did actually mention when they were doing the customization that it was totally classless.
Yep, it's a fluid class system.
Fluid class,
You don't
yeah.
pick one. You're never locked into anything. You can adjust it as you go. When you customize your character, you do customize the attributes at the beginning of the game. So you said I would like a rolling system, like tabletop. That would have been pretty cool in my opinion.
Yeah, that would have been pretty sweet.
Customizing is honestly preferable as another
'cause then
option.
if you get a bad roll, you gotta.
Then I started
the whole
new
game.
To be
That's a
There's that
pain.
too.
Like the thing about that is like
that's
I
the
don't
drawback.
play. You know, have you guys ever played Neverwinter?
Yes.
Okay, so Neverwinter, I just kept rolling
Yeah, that if that was a thing, then
until I got what I wanted. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's
lame.
what's the point?
Yeah. Right.
Just let me point it.
The
Just
point
let me put it in
is,
there.
I'm gonna roll it until I get what I want. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, but he's saying why have that system if you're just gonna pick what you want anyway?
Because
I didn't mean to
want it.
stir this up. I want to get deeper into this game.
Continue.
So-
I apologize.
Oh, he just told us to shut up
So-
without using
He
those
did.
words.
So
You did.
what's nice about it is that if you guys keep noticing
Everything.
noticing like there's small details that they have, like noticing
this
that.
whole game was details. Everything we saw was so
It was-
deep.
yeah.
So you play
Intricate.
right, and like when you get phone calls, your eyes light up.
Yes. So the eyes in this game look sick. Honestly, one of my favorite parts of this demo was just the eyeballs.
The
They were
eyes,
so
yeah.
cool looking.
what kind of eye was in the demo, Jake?
They're like
The
tech
best.
eyes. They're
Best,
insane.
yeah, they're very
Kaboshi? I think
techy.
that's what it's called, a Kaboshi eyeball.
I can't verify that
Kenoshi?
because I was too busy going blind, deaf, and dumb from watching this game and just exploding internally.
So I'm skimming through notes that Kailey was kind enough to leave behind for us. The Koreshnikov effect.
Right, so that's like think VATS from Fallout, but faster. Or if you've played Deus Ex, it's like the reflex stimulator in that game. It slows time and you can shoot faster and move faster. And it works beautifully in this game. It looked so great.
You can. They showed off another feature of the game. They were showing off tons and tons of combat, and then they were like, "But there are other skills too. Check this one out. We're gonna sneak up on this guy. Oh, we got him in a headlock. We're putting him down, and we're just gonna hack right into him."
Yep.
And
when
since he was, I'm sorry, Kevin, but
No, go ahead, go for it. This
since
is
he
your
was
moment.
connected to the building, he was like one of the upper henchmen in this base. You hacked him, so then you could hack into the whole base. And from there, there were so many options. They showed us.
Not only that, but when you did hack into them, in front of you becomes a 3D display of the blueprints of the building, so you get the layout of the building. You know where everybody is.
Like which room you're going to hack and what you're going to do in there. What they operated was quick
He's cut
hack.
you off 4 times now.
And they showed
Gonna
off.
Oh, that's
continue.
cool.
And they
Take
showed
it.
off when you actually hacked that person. It showed off that like the guy mentioned that was playing it or whoever was notating or commenting, the
narrating,
narrator.
right.
He stated, "Oh well, this guy was part of a certain group," and then you could actually click on the group and see all of the people in that group and say, "Well, I'm a hack into all of them now." So that way you see them all on the field and you can actually
And you
delegate
can
where you
quick
want
hack
to.
them. And then, for example, what they did was make the weapon jam. So then he jumped down with his mantis blade arms, which is, oh my god, don't even get me started. But he jumped from this post, because this was after they unlocked the character. So this was a really high level character.
Yeah.
He used it as like like an ice pick and buried it in the concrete wall and just hung there looking down at him from above. And then he jammed the one guy's gun, jumped down and headshot the other guy. And the other guy just stood there trying to shoot him with his jammed gun. And
Yeah, because he hacked the gun,
And then
so he
just-
couldn't do
just
anything.
Cross-bladed him.
And he's
took his
standing
hand
there,
off,
slapping his gun and shit. Like,
like trying to unjam it.
he's forgetting that you're there for one, and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with this gun? You need to work for me. And then he looks up and he's dead. So it's very realistic in that aspect of it.
But before we go further into that, because I want to jump back to the earlier things we saw.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Can I steal the guy's money who I hacked?
His money?
I want all of it.
There are
The looting in this is actually
No, what I mean.
You loot what's on their body, from what we could
so
tell.
it's not
They didn't really
digital,
go.
So I can't hack this man's bank account while I'm inside.
I don't think so. Not that they showed us.
yeah, not today.
And
Well,
keep in mind,
I'm
it's
not
in
going to say
alpha.
no.
It's in alpha, so
Yeah.
we don't know for.
They
a lot
did
of things.
mention multiple times that things you're going to see may not be there later.
They're subject to
they
change.
did not mention how intricate like the hacking system could be or how intricate you could get into like a person's like life while hacking them.
Like
Right,
for
which will be
48,
interesting to see.
48 minutes long, felt like 10 when you watch
it
this
flew
video.
by.
fast.
And it's just, there's just so much that you are taking in.
Like every single part of it is just
Yeah.
is a trip because once you start it off, you just start off to get a little bit of money, you get cash, and then your buddy who's been playing with
Jake,
you.
you're
his name-
going too far here.
His name is
Going
Jack.
too
Yeah,
far.
you-
I gotta
calm
start
down.
from the beginning.
No, don't.
So
don't-
after the
just
customization,
get to the car.
you, so first of all, we saw her get her gun. You were playing as a female V in this build.
There was your iron.
Yes, they call it the iron. But
The
that's
iron.
just slang for gun. Jake. So she had a massive weapons vault in her home, and I don't know if you can fill it, but there were slots for katanas on the walls, rocket
You can
launchers.
fill it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
100%
gonna
you
fill
can
that shit.
it. I just don't want to make
Assumptions.
So all she had in there was her pistol because beginning of the game, and then it showed her put on her jacket, and the clothing all matters for protection. There's thermal, physical. You guys get the chemical, and there's one other
Yeah,
one.
I didn't get the other one. But the look of the jacket,
It's called a samurai jacket.
it was a samurai jacket. That jacket is
It looks
amazing.
so cool. And it had a special effect. It upped your street cred.
So
And street cred you get by completing jobs, and you actually use that to upgrade your character.
Yep. And other things too.
Right. But
CD Projekt Red, I know you're listening. Send me that jacket. We love you.
immediately.
can you just send us all
Put it in the
The
collector's
collector's
edition, please. So from there, you go and meet Jackie, who's a mercenary friend of V's. They work together. He has a super sweet, tricked out car. Jake loved it.
Loved it.
Wow, I loved it too.
I
It's,
heard
Super
2007 there. Super sweet tricked
what was
out
the
car.
what was the fuel it ran on? They named it.
Oh, they did name it. What was
Yeah,
that?
I don't remember.
Essentially, it's jet fuel, but
Yeah.
for cars
Pretty much,
in
yeah.
the future. And the fastest they went was 60 miles per hour.
Because it's
I really want to see how fast that car can go.
I don't know
Yeah.
how fast you can go because as far as I'm seeing, every time you use a vehicle, it's been so intricate. It's so you're in a city, so literally you're driving
Right.
approximately 10 miles per hour at all times.
You
Yeah, but
can,
that 0 to 60 though.
It starts in dashboard view from the car, but you can switch to the third person. I think it's kind of immersion breaking when you
That
switch it to
dashboard
third
view
person.
is
Yeah.
so good looking.
The
You
dashboard
know, I
view
gotta agree
looks
with you on that
real.
because in most games that I play that I can drive a vehicle in, I always drive in third person. I never drive dash cam just because you're missing
Blows your
out on
mind.
that viewing angle. Well, you're not seeing. I like to be able to pan the camera around,
Right.
and you really can't do that when you're doing dash cam. Even though you get to see the inside of the vehicle, is really cool and all. But in this one, being a first-person RPG, when you go into the car, it just feels right. It feels right this time.
It looks like you're Knight Rider, for God's sake.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
it's
just wondering what
insane.
the other vehicles are going to look like, and
Yeah, 'cause
are
you
there
mentioned that you could ride just
customization
about anything.
options?
Yeah, this is Jackie's car, by the
This
way.
is Jackie's
isn't your
car.
car. So I'm pretty sure, not confirmed. I think you can buy new apartments. It would make sense for that.
Yeah.
Just given the layout, I think you can buy vehicles.
You know, that makes a lot of sense. It's like it's gonna. I think it's gonna be similar like the Grand Theft Auto idea, where
100%.
every single time you go forward in the story, where you become something more known, your world
The
changes.
thing
Yeah.
with this is it's an RPG, so you
Right.
can make money on the side. So I think you're just gonna be able to buy them. I don't
One-
think it's gonna be campaign based.
Yeah, I'm with you there. One thing the developers kept driving home in this one was that everything you do affects the city. Everything. Every decision you make, because every time you talk to somebody, you have 3, maybe 4 options for dialogue. And you also have actions as well. So you can choose to do dialogue, or you can choose to just pull out the weapon and do things or stuff like that. And
Grab
they
the
said
gun that's in your face.
whatever. And they said there's multiple ways to do a quest. If they're our mission, I'm not sure what they're actually
even
calling
what
them.
they showed us in the quest was like 16 different branching options we could
Right.
have chosen from.
And whatever you do can affect the entire story in a different way. So the replayability in this game is pretty much endless.
Yeah.
From a visual standpoint, what we saw reminded me a lot of Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, just because that's like the go-to
It's
Cyberpunk
the closest
game
thing you
right
could compare
now.
it to when it
But
comes
this
to a
looked much
first-person
better,
shooter.
in my opinion. I love Deus Ex. This looked much better.
The actual city, when you go into the city,
It was bustling.
and you see
It was alive.
and you
There
see
were hundreds
the
of people.
NPCs walking around.
This has never been done before.
They made a note saying this has never been done before, and a lot of time and focus went on making these NPCs feel realistic.
Right. They also mentioned beforehand, I want to say they gave an interview a couple weeks ago where they mentioned that the each NPC kind of does its own thing.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, they
actually
touched on that
Much
discussed
like
again
in
in
The
this.
Witcher, they have their own schedule. This takes it to a different level.
This is-
Well, yeah, it's a city. It's
This is blown up like way
There were-
more than you
there
could.
were hundreds
And they
on the
said
screen.
during the
It
actual
was-
day and night cycles, the city is like a living, breathing city throughout these cycles too. So
right.
you're never going to have a moment where you're never feeling that immersion. That's incredible. That's next gen stuff right
It's
there.
gonna be insane. I touched briefly on it, but clothes, they do matter, and they are they're loot essentially, so you can
Yep.
get better clothes. Epic was the highest tiered gear we saw.
That was colored purple,
Purple.
so there is a
Yes,
coloring system in this as well, which is
Um,
nice.
And I'm gonna come back to that because it was honestly the coolest part of the video. So weapon wise, we saw some combat early on in the video, so we saw that the environments are destructible, as well as hackable in some case. Like they were getting shot at by a high caliber weapon, they couldn't get past it, so they hacked a side window, went around, and just shot the guy in the head from the side.
Yeah.
And it was
It's just so good.
I don't
It's
even
just-
have words.
it's
for
just
how
so
it
good.
was.
Speaking of the environments and stuff, the destruction in the environments is really good too. They were showing bullets going through walls and stuff as actually breaking the walls down and shit. And
Like board by board, it was.
the developer, like later in the demo, the combat got so chaotic and the developer was actually struggling a little bit and he's starting to he or she was missing a few shots and they went for cover as they were shooting and they blew their cover wide open, so they had to rush and get to another spot. But your character is all about agility too. So
I think that was the build they had.
you think it's build specific?
Yes,
Yes,
because they were like
definitely
so. Oh, yeah?
side
You think
jumping
so?
and wall jumping. I think that
Yeah.
was the build they went with.
Oh, you don't
sure
think
you can
that's-
make a tank. I'm
Oh, wow.
positive you can make a tank.
Man, that's really interesting. I see. I wasn't sure if that was everybody's just V and they have these mechanics plus.
Oh, I
and
think you're
then-
still a V. You just can build.
Oh,
V
you're
and-
definitely
No.
V,
I know
but
that,
it's
but I
just-
mean, like, everybody's V. Everybody gets these maneuvers,
gonna be
and
the
then it's up
mods.
to you to choose what
I'm
mods
sure
you
that
want.
was mods that they
Oh,
had
you do?
added.
Okay, yeah, that'd be really cool.
Mods or skills. I'm not really sure how they're going to do that. If they're going to do both or just one. But mods seem to function on cash.
I think they're going to classify how the skills and mods are all going to be similar based on the same thing.
I think skills are going to be different.
Because
I think skills are going to be street cred and mods are going to be cash.
Ooh,
Because that's what it looked like,
it kind of did look like that.
in my opinion.
I mean,
could be
you're
wrong,
right.
obviously.
That could be possible.
Yeah, Kailey really liked that there were vending machines everywhere,
There were vending machines everywhere.
Yeah, you could
especially
get a-
in your
you could get a
apartment.
soda.
Nicola.
Nicola. Yeah.
I think we're
Weirdly
supposed to be.
similar to something.
I think it was supposed to be like a thing for Nicola.
Oh, one of the things she.
Yes, I
it could
agree.
be. Yeah. That's a good Easter egg, actually.
Nikola
The,
Tesla.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like
We-
that's
we
super
got it,
obvious.
Yeah, but
The
We were
They apparently
referencing something
didn't.
else.
when they were walking and the crime scene was there, and you saw
Yes,
the
that was so cool.
the interactive
It was
the
like
crime scene
replay.
interaction.
It was like holograms showing what happened, and a guy with an axe murdered some guy, and then the cops shot him. It was
You could see all of it. Like
Everything
they
about this game I
broadcasted the
love.
actual like. And it's a mature game, right?
yes, it is a very mature.
Well, they said it's a
game.
very mature game, but they didn't actually say the rating of it.
I think it's going to be
M or maybe even above. But
There's-
there
there-
are adult interactions in this game.
there was
It's definitely
a
gonna be
lot of
M.
heavy nudity. Like
Yeah,
right in
there's.
the beginning.
It's definitely going to be M because it was heavy nudity and there was dismemberment too. So that'll be mature for sure.
Rated M for mature.
And another thing with the customization
Thanks, Snake.
options there. Wow, sorry, Jake, just stunned me with that. So you are your own character. You can have interactions with multiple people throughout the city, romantic, sexual, friendship, whatever. So that's just deeper into the immersion there. You are your own player, and that's just another thing to be excited for. This game is just you are who you want to be in it, and that's what an RPG should be.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so they showed off some of the story and then they said this is the very beginning of the game, and the missions that you watched, I think we watched two of them. We saw very early gameplay, but the second mission, which is very early gameplay, but they really upped the difficulty and showed us a high level character, just so we could see some of the high level skills that we're going to be able to achieve in this
When
game.
they upped the character, it was not high difficulty.
No,
He
you all of a
tore
sudden-
that place apart.
You're like, you know what? Mantis claws. Like that's all it was. That's all I saw. That's all I will be forever. and
No,
ever.
it was more difficult
two
for him
people
because
with mantis claws.
he had to
all
heal
I
a
want.
few times. He was getting
He
torn
did take
up.
the puffs.
Yeah, so
it's
you
like a
take-
healing
you
vapor thing. That, it's
Yeah.
like an inhaler almost.
So the inhaler is both for healing and it's
certain skills.
and
and
including
also it's
the,
a drug. I think the inhaler symbolizes different things, but there's
Yeah,
there were
there's-
different inhalers.
because
for
one of
different
the
things.
one of the scenes you're clearly doing some drugs.
Yes.
Like,
yeah,
It is quite
'cause
clear.
the one dude's like, well, he's basically
Take this
saying,
and
take
chill,
this
he
and
says.
take this and chill, and then you hit it, and then he takes it and he hits it. and he's
Everyone
like,
calms down in
"Oh,
a tense
fuck yeah,"
situation.
dudes like that.
dissolves.
It's all calm, and then you're trying to make this deal, and then this dude comes out, and he's like,
super aggroed.
who the fuck are these people trying to make this deal? And then
barely human.
you're
dude.
you're having a standoff, and everybody's just up and guns are
And
in
you
faces,
just got the choices there.
and
pull
you have the
your gun.
choices. You can pull the gun, or you
Try
can
and negotiate.
Talk about the negotiations, and so you can just play it out however you want to.
We haven't even talked about the crazy spider bot.
No, this is what it's all about. That is that. So they were there to purchase this spider bot.
And or steal.
while they're
depending
doing
on your
drugs and shit,
version.
The dude is
The leader, Royce.
no, not the leader.
the dude who shows it off.
Right.
Dum Dum.
Dum Dum, yes.
Dum Dum pulls the bot out, and he's like, "Yeah, you can just." And he's got like this.
It's called a
optical.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the
a
shard.
And
You
they
puts
pop
it
it
in.
into like their I don't know what to call that head
Computer.
opening
Some-
that
yeah.
they shove
There's
stuff
a
into.
there's a slot. that
There's
they
a slot
put
for the brain and stuff.
They put
The
yeah,
head opening that they
gives him
shove
a
stuff into.
connection
That's
link.
That's what we'll go with.
and his optics changed from
to a-
orange to blue.
Yep. To face.
And in blue, he was controlling the spider bot. And so now he is now seeing what the spider bot sees, and he goes, "Yeah, you can like climb up walls and ceilings and shit. And he's like, watch. And then the spider bot just goes up the wall and he goes, kind of make you throw up though, or kind of
lose
makes
your lunch or
you
something
can lose
like
your
that.
lunch.
And you hear him
if
just
you-
kind of
and he's like, ugh. And he's like,
because he's vertical at the moment.
woozy and shit as it comes down, and then it goes right back up into its thing, and then you're talking, negotiating the price and shit. So, I mean, this game, this is...
We didn't even talk about the guns.
I mean,
Back
you're
to
talking
the-
about CD Projekt Red
Let's get
storytelling.
into the guns,
Project.
Jake. I'm gonna start with my favorite that I saw. So this was the purple epic that we saw in the video. It was a gun, an SMG, and its bullets tracked your targets. So you had
And-
like a visor, and you just had to point and shoot, and these bullets just went around cover. And
So you were a soldier from Overwatch.
That's
Yeah.
literally what it was.
It was soldier
It's
from
that,
Overwatch.
but better.
way better.
but better.
Oh, and
Obviously.
so there's that one, and then
They
when,
did say that was one of the most powerful weapons in the game. That SMG.
makes sense. It had
But it was
600
only an epic.
rounds. We don't know
Epic
what the-
is
we don't know what it goes
highest
by.
tier.
We don't know if there's
We
legendary.
don't know that.
You think legendary? Oh, yeah. Well, legendary
they said
would
the
be
highest tier was
Which would be orange.
Was
Yeah.
Militech weapons.
Oh,
When
yeah.
they got
said,
that
oh,
rifle near
yeah,
the end,
That-
although
that-
it wasn't very
corporate weapon.
Yeah,
Corp
that-
gear or something like
That was
that.
like a
gear, yeah.
normal weapon
Right,
at that point.
right.
It wasn't common. It wasn't like uncommon or rare. I don't think.
So we
Maybe.
don't know
Yeah.
the scale for that just yet. But I mean, this was sick. And then when they upgraded her to the higher tier character, her pistol, she could start ricocheting bullets off walls.
Ricocheting?
I know.
Ricocheting. They were ricocheting everywhere.
She could start ricocheting bullets off walls, and it had like the directional line that showed
It would show you where.
where it
Yeah.
would ricochet to, and oh my god, she just started dropping people.
Kirby Dream Course.
It was
We are all
basically
professionals of the
Kirby
ricochet.
Dream Course.
Yep.
It was. All right, Jake, what's your favorite gun they
I
showed?
liked the heat-seeking the bullets,
I know
but the
what your favorite
shotgun
is.
was pretty
There
baller.
it is.
Like you just ran up to somebody and just went, "You don't need legs anymore."
No more legs.
Just
And
like
then
that.
there was a
Could I hear
scene.
that again, please?
There it
In
is.
stereo. Great.
Appreciate
there
you.
was a scene where you pop your Kalashnikov ability, whatever it's called. It's whatever the slow-mo ability. You run up
It's
the
not
stairs
Kalashnikov.
and whatever it's called. You run up the stairs and the guy apparently was caught unawares and you took the gun and shot his leg off.
Both
and then
his legs.
he slow-mo, you can hear him say, "Oh, fuck my legs." And then you shoot him and
Head
Blew
explodes.
his head off.
So yeah, it's very
It was terrific.
amazing.
The
You guys
best.
were just questioning if this would be M.
Yeah, why were we questioning?
I was saying
that?
I was saying M or A, so I don't know how you guys.
No,
I think it's
it
gonna be
won't
just
be.
M.
It won't be
I
A.
think it'll be M as
No.
well, just based on the
It,
violence.
it may be A in other countries, but not.
most of
not
them.
here.
it was so good.
But it really was.
Thankfully,
What was my favorite weapon?
Oh, what
we'll get
was
to
your
that,
favorite
Kevin.
weapon?
But before we do, Jake's shotgun, he forgot if you charged it up, it could shoot through cover.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it could do that.
It's a
What did you think?
charged shotgun.
What did you think my favorite weapon was?
Heat-seeking.
Well, we kind of mentioned them all, but
I thought you said you knew what mine was.
no, I knew what
I
Jake's
bet it's the
was.
pistol.
Oh, no, it
Mantis
wasn't.
blade?
It was the mantis blade.
Yeah,
for
there
sure.
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, if they work like they look like they work, and you can just free climb later on, that'll be sick.
That's Christmas.
I was not expecting that mechanic.
That's
Like, because they showed the blades come out. First, they teased it in a poster earlier in the demo, and we were like, man, I hope we can get those. And then, boom, you got them both. And then there was like, let's show you another way instead of just shooting them, how you can hack into them, which he already explained.
And then you Spider-Man
But then
wall crawl.
you just start
let Kevin
wall
explain his
crawling.
favorite weapon.
But
Go ahead,
and then
Kevin.
you just hack the one, and then you fall down onto your prey.
It was so good. I mean, if they let you crawl up buildings and stuff with those later on to get to like access points and stuff, that'll be just.
I'm just doing heists.
Yeah,
Y'all lames can play quests.
I mean, if you can break into people's apartments, yeah, absolutely, killing everybody,
No.
stealing everything.
Heists.
Excuse
So-
me, sir. Have you
You
seen
don't
my
kill
mantis
anybody in a
blades?
heist.
just as they hijacked Microsoft's E3 stage, they have hijacked episode 16 of TSGG Chat. Unfortunately, that is all the time we have this week. I want to thank you guys for listening, and I also want to thank you guys for being on the panel, and I definitely want to thank Kailey for being on the panel too. Don't forget, you can find us at tsgg.online, Twitter, and YouTube at youtube.com/thesociety. Patreon.com/TSGG is where you can help us continue to make better content for you. Check out our levels and check out our levels and subscribe if you can. If you can't, that's okay too. You only have to wait a handful of days more, and you can find us on all of the podcast services out there for free. Have a great week, everyone.
See you all next time.
See ya.
Later.